We're rolling.
Ooh.
Thanks for doing this, Chris.
Of course.
We're doing this on the evening of a huge hurricane. I think it's called Hurricane Hilary. And it's like the first tropical storm in 84 years, they're saying. And we kind of were talking about this through text because I went to the market earlier and saw a bunch of people doomsday prepping.
Yeah.
Really scary.
Yeah, it reminded me of COVID when everyone was going out there.
Yeah, and instead of toilet paper, though, it's like water and food.
Well, there was these like four like sick bro dudes, really nice backs. They like worked on that shit very well.
They take time on their backs.
Dude, and they were young dudes, but they were like, I swear I was standing there and I was like, wow, look at their backs. They've got great backs.
It takes a certain kind of guy to really take time out of your day to work on your back.
Impressive wingspan. But they were there just getting beer. They're just getting beer.
The essentials.
Oh, dude, the handle broke and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. They were super polite. Like, excuse me, everybody, because they picked it up and they didn't wait for him to come clean it. The guy ran to get another box. So they were very...
They're just picking up old ladies and putting it like over the mess so they don't fall down.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you like a quick proper introduction though.
Cool.
First episode of the podcast here, nighttime episode. I got my old friend Chris Castillo.
Ahoy, ahoy. Wow.
Sorry. It's so loud though. I'm still first episode.
At first it sounded like a waterfall. I was like, oh, the storm's here.
Yeah, that was a tropical storm. It was here.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah, so we saw Ninja Turtles last night.
Damn it.
I'm jealous.
Dude, so I had seen Take My Hand a couple weeks ago, that horror movie.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I think I had said this to you through text, but I've called it like a couple of different things to people. But every time I say a different name, they know exactly what I'm talking about because of the trailer and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, did you see Hold My Hand? And they'll be like, oh, dude, yeah. So we went to go see that. And when I was in line, I saw the Ninja Turtles popcorn buckets. And I've been collecting popcorn buckets for a while now. So I saw a nice tin bucket with like a sewer cap lid. Fucking, you could choose whatever Ninja Turtle is your favorite, and they'll give you the little mask, like Velcro to put on and shit.
What theater is this? Wait.
This is at AMC.
Oh, man.
I always get buckets from AMC and Edwards.
Okay. Yeah, we go to the off-brand theater that has like nice seats and gives you beer.
Those are cool. Do they have popcorn buckets?
I don't know. I've never noticed that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They don't get the licensing for it. Yeah.
I even buy off Cinemark online, too.
Ooh.
I got the Ghostface popcorn bucket from them recently.
Oh, I seen that one,
was cool. That was cool. But so I haven't seen the movie, but I bought the popcorn bucket.
Did you get the Barbie one?
I did not. Oh, man, I wanted the Barbie one so bad.
Did you watch Barbie?
No, I haven't had time. We've been working 10-hour shifts and either a Saturday or a Sunday for like the last 2 months.
Whoa.
So I have not had... I had time for Hold My Hand, though, didn't I? Damn it. But I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I really want to see Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer?
That as well. Sounds really good.
You know, I was excited to see this because Seth Rogen and his buddy Evan Goldberg, they did the screenplay.
Right.
You know, they produced the movie.
Right.
And I know that they have a formula. Anything they do is going to be, the comedy is going to be amazing. A lot of laughs. The rhythm of the laughs are going to be paced out throughout the movie. And it's going to have heart. Yep. That's their formula. And like, I was kind of like skeptical going into it. Just, I don't know. It's just Ninja Turtles. I felt like no one's done it pretty well.
Did you say it's just Ninja Turtles?
Well,
you know how much that movie means to me?
Well, for me, it's like the ooze from back in the day.
Right.
And then anything after that, like, I don't even want to talk about Ninja Turtles 3.
Yeah, yeah. Although I need to rewatch 3 because isn't the plot of the movie that they swap places with the other people that are holding that fucking thing, and one of the people they swap places with, isn't that the dad to which Raphael gets close to his kid? Isn't that kid Yoshi, who becomes Splinter's owner and teaches him karate and shit?
Is this like when they become samurais?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because
that one's actually not that bad. I was thinking of the surfing one, which is 4, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Didn't Michael Bay attempt to do one?
He did 2. He did Out of the Sewers or something like that,
Yeah.
and then some other one.
And it was really hard to get over the way they looked.
Yeah,
like he changed it.
And
a little
I think
too
they were
much.
like aliens or something. Like the thing that changed them came from space instead of like a
Oh,
mutation
okay.
from Earth. So
Yeah.
a lot of people had problems with that too.
You know you fucked up. Hey, bitch. Get your ass, give me some soda pop. Hurry up. Put one ice cube in that motherfucker. Unless you want to get back on this dick, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, this one all the way through, the humor is like top notch. It was really funny. I was surprised
Yeah.
on how funny it was. I don't know why. I just thought they were gonna try to appeal too much to kids, maybe, or I don't know.
I was hoping not, and I'm glad they
Yeah.
didn't.
But
Yeah.
after seeing Spideyverse, it's like, oh, it's just like that.
That's you know what, man? Like once that first one came out, like it changed the formula for how you're supposed to come about an animated movie for both young adults, kids, young adults, and for the whole fucking family, right? Like kids aren't dumb. You and they're very fucking dumb too. So you don't really need to really give them too much.
Yeah.
Like give them the flash. Do more of the story for us that are paying attention, because we got to sit there anyway if we're taking our kids and shit.
Yeah.
And especially if you don't know what the story is really about and shit, you're just gonna go watch a movie. So those nerds of us that really wanted to go see it, we were like happy with it, and then other people outside of that realm were like, hey, that was a really good film. Like, hey, what the hell? And I feel like more and more, hopefully, and now Ninja Turtles, hopefully that formula stays with future shit.
Yeah, when we walked out of the theater to go to the restroom, there was like these 4 like older men who were like hyper nerds just walking out. They're like, I wasn't really quite fond of the appeal of this. And I was
shit.
like, what the fuck are they talking? What movie did you guys see?
Oh, damn.
But they knew their shit though. So
That's cool.
But there's a little kid in front of us he's kind of talking a lot throughout the whole movie, but you could tell he was enjoying it. But just by the look on his dumb face, you could see the jokes going right over his head. I'm like, come on, kid.
Like he's laughing when there's
Yeah.
no joke at all. He's
Yeah.
like, you're like, and you're just so fixated on the kid. You're just like, stupid kid, instead of watching the movie.
I think Mitch and I were laughing like constantly, like when others weren't. We were just like, dude,
Hi, I'm Mitch. Yes, we were laughing.
yeah.
Sick.
Mitch is off camera.
I'm off camera.
She's there though, people. She exists. Now, I mean, I see you guys are dancing around the hot topic of the movie, but I'm gonna have to. We're doing a podcast, right? People, we're doing a podcast, so it has to be brought up.
It's true. It's a podcast.
It's a podcast, people.
April O'Neil. She's portrayed by a African American woman. Are you guys okay with that?
I was fine with it. I had no issue.
I actually didn't even realize
Sick.
because that's just where my mind is at. I'm just so
Sick.
far like ahead.
I don't even think it was an issue. I'm just.
But it
It's
was an
just
issue for a lot of people.
I
Right,
was
right.
more disturbed by the shade of green the turtles were.
I
Quite honestly.
know. You brought your little like Home Depot
Yeah.
color palette thing.
When we saw the previews, I kept saying woke Ninja Turtles. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I was
you
like,
did.
woke Ninja Turtles.
Sick.
Yeah. But honestly, right when the movie started, I'm kind of like, I don't know if my eyes needed to adjust to the style of the animation.
Right.
But it took like 13 seconds. And like, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Like,
That's how I felt with Spider-Man too.
yeah.
It's the same thing. I was like, what's going on? And then finally, when it like leveled, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is amazing looking.
Wonderful animation.
And I
yeah.
start to appreciate the movie more because of the animation style. I'm
Right.
like, this is kind of like something I don't think I've ever seen before.
Even more so than the Spider-Man movie.
I think those are kind of like on the higher level because
Right,
of
right.
all the different artists they
Right,
get.
right.
But this was just like a different, just a
Tight.
different thing. Yeah,
Damn, God, I want to watch it even more.
yeah, it was really great.
How
yeah,
was John Cena?
I'm trying to think, who was he?
He's either Bebop or Rocksteady.
He was probably Rocksteady
think
because
he
he
was
kind of
Rocksteady.
looked like him a little
Okay,
bit. I
cool.
did see his name in the credits, and I was like, wait, who was he again?
Yeah, I was stoked. And I don't know if you guys have seen this trailer, but there's a trailer with Jackie Chan and John Cena in some action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why is this a thing? Like,
Because he speaks fluent Mandarin.
does he?
John Cena.
Does he really?
Yeah,
What?
it's crazy.
I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I ended up piecing together because Jackie Chan is Splinter in the movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. I wonder if that.
Dude,
he's like, I want to work with him. He speaks Mandarin.
I'm sure I saw somewhere that he was going to be Splinter, but I had forgotten. So right when he comes up, I'm like, is this like a dude doing like an Asian? This is very offensive. I'm like, oh, that's Jackie Chan.
Sick.
I swear.
Sick.
That was my thought. I was like, wow, Seth Rogen's really taking a lead.
Seth Rogen doing
Yeah.
it.
He pops up right before the movie starts too, which is like
Jackie?
no, Seth Rogen.
Oh.
Just
Well, and then
gives
he was a character in there too. He was like,
Yeah,
he
I
was
can't
one of the
remember his name.
voices.
He's one voice,
Yeah.
one voice. He's a voice, yeah.
oh, man. Yeah, it was a great movie. I just really loved it.
Sick. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow.
you should. But the storm's coming, guys. I saw
know.
a little bolt.
I did too. That's why I looked over there. I was like, wait, oh my god. I mean, is there supposed to be
Of lightning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be do tropical storms, is lightning a thing with that?
Storm is coming.
Storm from X-Men.
It looks like so nice right now. It's like clearly the calm before the storm. Yep, we might all die tomorrow.
Yeah.
The first and only episode.
Hey, what is this podcast called again?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
Yeah,
Okay. Got it.
TBA.
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 Pods by the pool. I don't know.
What?
Pods by the pool. I don't know.
TBA?
Pods by the
Wait.
pool.
Pod by the pool.
Pod by the pool.
And it's
Thought
TBD.
it was like hanging
my
with
bad.
Mike.
Hanging with Mike.
I could have sworn you said that the other day. Like, oh yeah, we're hanging with Mike, and I'm like, who's Mike? And you're like, the microphone.
Oh, no, I told Mitch that we were going to catch up on Mike.
Oh, catch up on
And I guess the
Mike.
terminology and shorthand just blew her mind.
Dude, it's funny.
No, it was cute. I was like, who's Mike?
It's funny you said that because during COVID, I wanted to start a podcast called Catching Up with Chris and just calling people since
Yeah.
we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think something with catching up would be really cool.
That's-
and then it's Chris, but he's like a ketchup bottle, you know? Dude, that'd be cool. Yeah, the branding and all of that is like, could ponder on that for a while. But I just, I mean, like today having you here, it is bittersweet because I'm excited to talk to you, but you are moving away.
Yes,
And-
that is happening.
Where are you moving to?
I'm going to Minnesota. Going to be a
Minnesota.
Minnesotan.
Minnesota. The only thing, okay, because I don't know anything about Minnesota. I've never been there, but I know that it looks beautiful there.
You should know one more fact about it.
Marshall's from there? From How I Met Your Mother?
Someone else is from there as well. A team is from there.
A team?
Yes, and they have the Minnesota Miracle Man as their coach.
I don't know.
Maybe you're not a fan. Maybe you're not a big. I don't know. I just assumed that you would be. Mighty Ducks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks, Minnesota.
I thought they were from Anaheim. The Mighty Ducks are from Minnesota?
Yeah, the movie.
Oh, like in the movie?
Yeah, in the movie.
I'm like, they're from Anaheim. I've seen it.
And I'm pretty sure this guy that's working with us right now, he's from there. He's the big boss's like childhood friend and shit. And he was saying that like, oh yeah, when the team ended up going to fucking California, we were all like, what the fuck? Like they're ours. But yeah, like he said they filmed like all right there, like in a lot of the areas that I'm gonna be at and
Oh, shit.
So I was pretty stoked about
Wait,
that.
who's in the movie? Who's the actor that plays the coach?
Emilio Estevez.
Is he a famous brother of somebody?
Emilio Estevez
I don't know why I have that in my
from
mind.
I think of Emilio Estevon.
Emilio Estevez from
I'm Esteban.
Fuck.
I don't know why.
I love
Does
Emilio
Charlie
Estevez.
Sheen have a famous brother?
Charlie Sheen is they're half brothers, I believe.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, from God, why can't I think of his movies? Where they're in Saturday school all day.
Oh,
The
Breakfast
Breakfast
Club?
Breakfast Club. Emilio Estevez.
Jinx. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that is him, huh?
hmm
Oh, shit.
Love that dude. St. Elmo's Fire, Young Guns.
Elmo was in a fire?
Elmo was in a fire, but
I have seen that meme. That's a great meme.
is that a meme really? Do you hear my stomach? Can you hear that? Hold on.
What the fuck you say?
Yes, the land of 1,000 lakes, they call it. There's a fuckload of lakes. Canada is like 3 hours up north. They have Duluth. Duluth is like supposed to be a really beautiful place to fucking like camp and fucking rent a cabin at, whatever. Every season, you can experience every fucking season there.
Wow.
But the winters can be a bitch.
Yeah.
The winters can get like below, and they say like you can experience all 5 seasons, and people are like 5 seasons, and they count after winter. They count the time it takes for them to like fucking pave the road because everything's so fucked up after that it's a whole other season in itself just to fucking like fix it all up.
Sounds exciting though.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, I love, dude. I mean, I'm sure you're aware. I love wearing jackets during the summer, even. So like, I'm okay with fucking bundling up. I don't care about that.
Yeah,
that doesn't
sweater
bother
weather.
me. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. Fucking, I've always said, all I need to survive are good restaurants around me,
Wi-Fi.
good Wi-Fi, and a movie theater.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not fucking joking.
I'm a
That's
simple
all I
man.
need. I'm very simple. And with the lady that was giving us our virtual tour to the apartment we got, one of the things she said was, she's like, "Oh, you've got a movie theater right around the block." And I was like,
I hit the laugh button. So.
That's like poor Mitch. Mitch is just like, "What's going on?"
Out of context, guys.
So we should give her a fucking little hand button that does it out loud, like that just makes one noise. She hits it over and over again.
Oh yeah.
I really wanted when, like, Hurricane Hilary. I really wanted to play Hilary Duff. I'm coming clean.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys see that TikTok?
Yeah, she showed it to
Oh,
me.
dude, it was so good. And that other one of Hillary going down the coast. And she's like, that shit was great.
Today's episode is sponsored by Nello Wafers. Eat with your mouth, not with your paws.
I thought you were going to say Lagunitas IPA, non-alcoholic. I was going to go.
That works too, but I don't want to get sued. Ooh, IP nay. I get it.
What is it? What?
It's called Lagunitas IP nay. Like
Cute.
I think those are good. Those are good. Those, honestly, I feel like those,
I have a sip.
I don't want to say it saved me from not drinking.
it satisfies the itch.
Oh, dude, did it satisfy the itch?
Especially in a social situation when others are drinking.
Yeah.
Really, half of the drinking, honestly, is just doing the act of drinking something.
Yeah,
Truly.
I think more for me, because I started drinking, as you're aware, I started drinking when I was like 25. Like 25, 26, something like that.
Oh, that's later in
Oh,
life.
yeah. I was straight edge in high school. Fuck, I go, fucking straight edge right there. I didn't care, and I've never been one for like peer pressure, like for people to try to get me to fucking. Anytime I wanted to do any type of drug, it was always like some sort of psychedelic, and I always wanted to do it with you or Johnny Lou, and like just alcohol, I didn't fucking care. So it was honestly more of like missing the taste of a good beer and like a good IPA rather than like any type of act or anything like that. So like I remember one day I was just like, fuck, dude, I really want a beer. I really want a good. I was like tired. It was a Friday. Like Haley was pouring her wine, and it wasn't even about missing out or on fun or anything like that. I was just like, damn, man, it sounds really good. Like having a beer and watching 90 Day Fiance, it sounds pretty good right now. And
I've been wanting to get into that.
Oh, 90 Day Fiance, we'll get into that later for sure.
Okay, yeah, we need to get into
So
a reality
good.
TV show.
So good. But I had gone to CVS, and at first I grabbed these Lagunitas, like this pack, and at first it was cool. We'd go to the park, and I'd bring a couple of these, and they were good, but they're too they just taste too fruity and nice that like I wanted the beer taste.
Yeah.
And these are really good, but I went back to CVS. I was like, I wonder if they have anything else, and I saw those, and I was like, all right, I'll try this.
Loved them.
So good. And I really, really feel like that it did what I wanted, and I didn't feel the need to have alcohol.
I heard they added more
Hops.
to it. Yeah, I'm going to reach into my magical box of memories here just to pull out something that I found this past week, and maybe you could share some thoughts on it.
Tight.
So
Let me
here we
put my
go.
glasses on. Can't see without my glasses. Oh, sick as Zelda fucking. You did it right on. Oh shit! You did it right on time too. Let's see that.
So I found this week while I was cleaning my room.
What is it? I can't
It
see.
is.
I'll throw it up on the screen for anyone watching.
The Stanley and The Search album.
Hell yeah.
It's the cover is the gorilla from Universal. I was just at Universal for it was on the tram ride. It was on the tram ride, and it's just like this dude. It's like a home fucking old school, maybe 90s or 80s photo of the back of this dude's head with his hand up, kind of going like, "Oh shit!" I don't know why I'm thinking he's fucking Jewish, but he's like, "Holy shit! Look, that's a big gorilla," or however the fuck he would say it. Yeah, and I always like this. I think Johnny Lou got it from his homie. He was just like, "Yo, you have like old photos? Just bring old." Even back then, Johnny like had a little eye.
Yeah.
You know? But he and the dude brought like a bunch of photos, and Johnny was like, "This is the cover of our CD."
Yeah, I've always
Great.
liked.
I love it.
Yeah, I've always thought it was a rad cover. It's just, but yeah, Stanley and The Search, for those who don't know, is a band Chris was in for a bit. You guys did some tours as well, right?
We toured a couple of times. Yeah, we toured with This Wild Life. I'm sorry, other bands we toured with that I'm like, Final Last Words, and
it was
some really good bands. Guts.
Pretty long stretches of. You guys went around the States, right?
We did West Coast tours. We did West Coast.
So I recall you having a story of like driving on ice, and it got really scary out there.
Oh man, we were going. Where were we? The only road that you could take to Oregon, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay, it was up there.
Yeah,
right.
that was fucking. I remember Liz was with us on that tour, and I remember I told the guys the back bench is all Liz's, all right? She's a girl. She's doing a merch. So I don't want to see anybody running to the back. Acclaimed. Like, that's where she's going to live. Because to me, when it came to touring, like, I liked setting up my spot because this is my home for a while. So when I leave, I don't want anybody sitting there. This is wherever you sit when we get in the fucking van. That's your spot for the rest of the tour. And everyone was okay with it. But I remember she was in the back and I was back there with her and we were like kind of falling asleep. And I remember waking up and Dylan's just like, I got it. Like his tongue sticking out. And we were like, what? And we were sliding down a fucking huge ass slope. Going like in the middle of like, I don't remember where the fuck we were. And the trailer was just like on its side at the window. Like Liz looked to the side and we could see the trailer, which should be behind us.
Dude.
And it's like right there at the side. And we were like, holy shit. And Dylan was just cool as a cucumbber.
Like just
I got it. Relax. I got it. We're like, all right.
Dude.
And he fucking got it. And he got us through it. It was crazy.
That's scary though.
I was getting ready to like kick open the door and be like, all right, we're about to go over the edge. Just jump out. It's Dylan, you're going down with the fucking bed. Good luck, dude. Because we could jump out right now and we'll be fine. That was crazy.
That is scary, man.
That was a cool band.
But this album is a full-length album you guys recorded. And of all the bands you were in, something about, maybe it was like Johnny's recording, maybe his drumming, the mixing on here, the guitar riffs, and I think at the time too you were just like really involved with your songwriting, right?
Oh dude, that album is what made me which it's just a testament to how lazy I am, because here we are however many years later and I still have like a shitty cheapo little demo making equipment at home, but recording that really made me understand that like I need to record my own shit. Like I can't go anywhere. I need to record my own shit because
can't be on a time limit and all that.
Not just that, just like, you know, we had kicked out John, and Johnny and Dylan were like, you don't need John to write songs, right? And I was like, no, but like I enjoy writing songs with him. I feel like I write my best shit with him. And they're like, well, you could write an album, right? And I was like, yeah, sure. And during that time, like Sarah was here visiting Johnny. So Johnny would we'd sit inside his room and he'd be like, all right, dude, this is how you record, this is how you do this.
Just leave you to it.
And like, but you know, sometimes I'd come with like a song and I'd be like, yo, Johnny, like, let's fucking track half of this and go play drums or whatever. But for the most part, like Nicola recorded a lot of like the demoing of me. I mean, it was just fucking a lot of just me sitting there by myself, and then Johnny would come in and fucking, he would sit there and listen to the demo and be like, I'm gonna cut that to this length because I have a cool idea for that. So he would build out everything I wrote and then like extend whatever he needed to extend. Like, oh, let's play this again here, and then would go and play drums. and he would add in a bunch of little fills and a bunch of little cool shit, and I'd be sitting there because then he needed someone to record him, and I'd be like, that was cool, do that again because I'm hearing something cool now.
Yeah.
And then when we'd build his drums, then I'd go back in and follow his drum stuff, so there was a lot of like that or whatever that was going along with the drums, and I fucking had so much fun doing that. It was a lot of fun.
Writing while recording.
Yeah. That process was just like it for me. I can't sit down with people anymore.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just me and my ideas at a computer now is the way I want to do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and I feel like when this album came out, I could really hear that. And just to give listeners some context here, this is one of my favorite songs on the album. I don't remember the title. Maybe you could help me remember.
Let's see. Yeah, I was definitely like, I need to get better. This guy's good.
Dude, that honestly, that song kind of like lived in my brain so hard.
I love
the
that
drums.
song.
That's when I first was like, got on a drum set. I'm like, I just need to play that chorus beat or figure out.
Sick.
And then
Carlos, man.
Yeah, and then I've been driving from work at BJ's and just trying to like hit that note. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, it was insane, dude. It just inspired like all of us. It was so crazy, man.
That was a really weird transition going from ABC to that. Because I forgot like why we stopped. The end of ABC was interesting because we had like Omar left. Omar, I love that man, but Omar,
Indecisive fella, isn't he?
very indecisive. I remember he quit the band because Omar, if you ever listen to this, you fucking dumbass dude. This dude said, he's like, hey, guys, I gotta quit the band. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm moving to Italy to be a teacher. And we were like, whoa. I'm sure he said Italy. If you ever hear this somewhere, send me a text right now after hearing it.
Do you think he meant Little Italy, like in San Diego?
I think that all that meant in Omar terms was that he got a job at Petrillo's.
Some shit like that.
So, okay, because we might be jumping around here. That was 2007.
Right.
2008, Nightmares EP. I did see some lightning right now.
Ooh.
Nightmares EP.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
One thing I was trying to look for was, and I'll find this online and cut to a little photo montage of it. But at the time I was doing photography, taking a lot of photos of you guys. And you guys in like, this was like 2009, you guys won an Atticus contest.
Oh, yeah.
Atticus being
That's right.
the brand that was created and then conceived by Mark and Tom and
Right.
popularized by Blink-182. At the time, they had, washed their hands of the company. It had been sold. But
Right.
just the fact that you guys won an Atticus contest.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
And the photo I took of you guys is printed on this amazing, like, it looks like a DVD box set, but I think it's CDs.
Yeah. Was that at Carlos's house?
Yeah.
With his dog,
his
Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
That's
just
right.
remember how cool that was. Like,
I remember wearing a fucking butt ugly white sweater in that photo. I remember looking at it like,
white?
oh, it was like white with a bunch of colors. This is a sweater I wore in the
it's just
photo.
the style,
cute.
the style at the time.
It was.
Yeah.
I remember looking at it and I was like, God, why did you wear that sweater?
You never know.
Sweaters are your thing.
Yeah,
Jackets, sweaters.
They are.
What did you guys?
All of those.
What did you guys win? It was like
We won a bunch of shit. A drum set.
like SJC, right?
Yeah, a guitar.
Guitars. Didn't you
We played Warp.
opening for Finch or something like that?
No, we didn't do that.
Well, there was something like that. Like you get
there
to
was
open.
something again. My memory's so fucking bad, but that little time frame from winning and all that was real. I remember being real excited.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cool shit. We were on the compilation, I think.
Yeah, dude. And then, for me in 2001 or 2, when Blink owns Atticus and they come out with the Dragging the Lake compilation,
Right.
that's where I first heard Starting Line,
Right.
Finch,
Right.
Alkaline Trio, like so many amazing bands. So
Right.
it was like a weird full circle moment to like not only have a photo in something relating to Atticus, but
Right.
you guys winning that. And then shortly after, Malheruex breaks up, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was definitely 2009 era for sure. Because I remember like people taking parts of the drum set. Like John tried selling everything
Yeah.
without us knowing or
It was
some
a
shit.
very sad time.
Yeah, it was a very dark time for the Malheruex. Yeah, that we broke up 2009 too. Yeah, that's right.
And then following up in 2010,
My favorite.
we
I'm
kind
excited.
of. I remember we talked about starting a band, and then we just started jamming, and then we got with Alan Casillas, who is now the drummer of Hill the Sun, and I think he just graduated from recording school, and then we started recording with him.
Yeah.
Like a real home sort of like album, but we did rent a studio. But I mean, for context, we started a band called Noetic. Noetic is available on Spotify, just to let you know. Link in the description to the album below. But yeah, that was a wild time. It was just, we spent a lot, like 8 months recording an EP.
That was a lot, dude. And you know what? Like a lot of my homies say that that's like their favorite thing that I've done. That Noetic EP.
Same.
And that was an interesting time too. That was like, I spent a lot of time here, a lot of time with Alan, but it was also real fucking sad because that during that time, Carlos's mom had passed away, and that's to me that's the biggest reason why we didn't really continue. I feel, if my memory is correct.
Yeah, I remember that short. In 2011, we played a show. I think Alan had a fill in for us,
right?
And I had just come back from my grandmother's like funeral reception.
Oh right.
So
right.
I know
Fuck,
Future
that's
Cafe.
right.
At No Future Cafe
That's right.
in Pasadena.
That was two big things. That's right.
I just remember, that was really
there.
crazy.
Yeah.
But that was very short-lived.
Very
kind
short-lived.
of 1 year thing. Still listen to that album today, and
So do
I'm
I.
like, wow, man.
So do I.
I'm so glad that we did that because I don't think I could do that now. Like, I don't think I play guitar like that at all now.
Dude, you know what? And like for that, and that was before Stanley. So at that time, I was very used to like writing 2 guitar parts, one for me and one for Adrian, because Adrian never wrote anything, and John I never had to worry about, and they just write whatever you want. So when we started jamming, I was like, I don't want to write 2 parts. Steven's always written dope shit for his fucking band. Like, this will be cool.
Aww.
And then when we started like writing the songs, and you'd come in and play your fucking and I love octaves, and you would come in and play dope octaves, and you'd come in and do your dope thing that you would do. I'd be like, damn, that sounds so cool. This sounds so good with what I'm writing.
You helped me out a lot, though, because there'd be times where it's like, well, I'll try something like this. And then I'd be like, okay, I got to change it up here.
Right.
Yeah, that was dope. It was just heavy music with like ambient parts. And
so one of my favorite riffs you fucking wrote in UIC. The fucking oh, I love that fucking part.
That was me being like, I need to write something southern.
That shit was so cool.
Yeah.
You need to write something southern?
Yeah, it was
very
like Southern Rock was like He Is Legend.
Yeah, no, I get
Mailing
it,
and the Sons of Disaster.
One funny thing, my homie Carlos Lopez, who at the time he was just working at Fender as a guitar maker, ended up becoming the, what do you call it? Like the master builder at Fender.
Right. Yeah.
He built a custom shop guitar that Mark Maron bought.
Damn.
And he's left and has his own company that's really popular, and like Aaron Gillespie buys guitars off of him.
Shit. Wow.
Like anytime I would hang out with him and we talk about music, he's like, man, Noetic though. Like he just loved that album and he wanted us to like do another one. And I'd be like, hey man, I don't know, maybe one day. So yeah, that was 2010, 11. We did Stanley. 2013, 14, something happens. We make a little band called Bad Form. You guys
Right.
started one.
Right.
We started jamming, and then what happens exactly? Because I kind of don't remember this.
So first, this was like after I got the boot from Stanley. I was like, dude, I'm done playing music. I'm like, I want to go to school or some shit. Like, there's a lot of other things I've always thought I'd be good at. Like, maybe start doing that shit. So I started working at Doghouse, and then Omar hit me up, who was still in Stanley, and Omar was like, yo, dude, just want to let you know, Hefe from NoFX hit us up. Him and his wife have a record label, and they wanted to sign us, and so we've been talking to them, but we sent them a song with the new dude singing, and they're like, what's this? Where's Chris? And they're like, oh, like Chris isn't in the band anymore, and they're like, well, then we don't want, we liked that guy's voice, and we liked the way those songs sounded, so they didn't want to give, for some reason they didn't like let them know how to get in contact with me, but Omar hit them up on the side and was like, hey, I'll give you his number, this is his number. So this is Omar, I'm sure if you're listening to, I'm not faulting you, man. Maybe I would have done the same thing, but I'm sure he was like, oh, like maybe Chris will come and like scoop me up along the way too, because I was pretty bummed that like him and like Dylan didn't have my back when that all went down, because we had like talked on the phone. They wanted to kick out Johnny, and it just like totally went the other way.
This is
and I didn't even
really
want to.
inside baseball here.
Oh yeah,
but
dude.
But let's like, if we could do like a Cliff Note version of it, because El Jefe from NoFX basically wanted to recruit you and sign you, right?
So they wanted and they thought it'd be faster to get my exposure out there with like more known people. And I was like, dude, I want to play with like my homies. Like, I've got a drummer. I got a sick drummer in mind. Like I hadn't really talked to Carlos in a while, but I was like, I got a dude. Omar will come play bass. Like I just need to find another guitarist.
Because
like,
at the time, you guys already had this band called Bad Form, and then I started playing with you guys randomly. We started playing a couple house shows, trying to start the machine up again.
Right.
And then I remember getting a phone call, and I was like in a Walmart parking lot, and you told me the opportunity, the opportunity that El Jefe gave you was basically to get the drummer of Yellowcard LP and the original guitar player Ben.
Right. Well,
is
everyone
his name
that
Ben Harper.
Ben Harper, yeah,
just like
Ben Harper.
Oh yeah, that's so random.
The white Ben Harper.
Yeah.
But yeah, like because they would throw all these names at me and be like, nah, those dudes are too old. I don't care about that. And then they brought up LP, and I was like, fuck, he's a sick drummer. Shit, I used to love Yellowcard, and I was like, fuck. So something was just telling me like this is the one to go with now. Like
the thing I want to reiterate though is at the time we had that Bad Form band. We were recording demos, and the assumption was like, if we put out like an EP, El Jefe is going to sign us, possibly go on tour, gain exposure that way.
Yeah.
And then when you gave me the phone call to kind of tell me what the dilemma was, you're like, I have this opportunity.
Yeah. I think our longevity would have been longer, and I wouldn't have wanted to quit with those dudes and with you guys, like.
But
I couldn't take those dudes.
It would have sucked to not have the experience of like going on like a proper tour,
right?
Having like, you did have a lot more exposure.
Yeah, I mean that was cool. That was cool, but that also made me feel like,
I mean, as recent as, was it last year, almost 2 years ago, you did play a show.
We did. That definitely. Okay, see now you're making me feel those feelings.
What venue? Like, what venue was that?
Fuck, where was that?
And it was for Cybertrax, like a holiday thing?
It was their holiday thing. Where the hell was it?
The Regent? No, I don't know.
No, I don't think it was
a nice theater
don't
in LA.
you have a song called Holiday?
Yeah, sorry. Thanks for reminding me, Mitch.
Oh, yeah,
By the way, this legend on all streaming platforms. Chris, the singer, Ben and LP from Yellowcard, and Steven from Craig's brother.
Craig's brother. Hey, Mike. There's that song. If you frequent Gold's Gym, maybe you'll see my mug on the TV screen. I've gotten a lot of people text me like, dude, look, I'm at the gym, look. They'll send me a photo.
Oh my gosh, this is a gym song?
Yeah. Well, it's not a gym song, but our contract had like, it plays at a lot of gyms and shit like that.
No, because it's very upbeat. I could see why it would be played there.
Right. I really didn't want that song to be the single.
That song comes on at the gym, I'm putting more plates.
Wait, that's the one.
More plates,
that's
more dates.
the VH1.
Yeah.
Love it.
I did not want that song to be the single.
Dude, it's a great song.
It's a great song.
I mean, I get it. It sounds like it should be either that one or fucking no, that one more than any of them. I feel.
My only gripe with that album, man, is I know you guys I forgot who was the guy to do it.
Sam Pira.
Yeah, I really wish like Kyle or
That was a mistake too. That
even
was
Johnny.
That was my bad again. My bad. See, but the thing is that I felt like I didn't speak up a lot in all my other bands. I felt like I didn't speak up,
Yeah.
and even though like I was writing the songs primarily in all the other bands, I felt like I didn't really like. I don't know. Like I never said, well, we should do this, we should do that. Like I never really did that. So for that band, I was like, dude, like it's time. Even like Liz would be like, dude, you don't speak up. You need to fucking tell them how it's going to be. So that was another thing. I was like, you know what? We've got some older dudes in this band. And right now the scene is this for pop punk. And this dude, Sam Pure, recorded all these fucking bands that are fucking doing real fucking good. And I feel like we should go to him. Whereas they were fucking saying, you guys should go to like Mark Trombino. You guys should go to this person. And I was like, and I was just like, I know. And it'd be fucking sick. But something was telling me, because the story so far was blew up.
Yeah.
And he was a dude, but I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes with that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was actually basically just an engineer, not a fucking producer, not anything like that. He didn't help write any of my songs. I don't know if anyone's ever heard any different or talked to that guy, and it made it seem like he didn't do shit. When we got there, the songs, the way they were, are the way they were recorded, and that's how it came out.
The album, it doesn't sound bad, but there's
something with the mix.
It's like it feels mechanical in a
Very.
way, like something he did. Whereas like the Stanley album is just like, it just feels like it has soul.
Right.
And it kind of sounds pretentious, but there's just something about it. And you could just tell when you listen to it.
Yeah, for real. No, there really fucking is. And he was like changing a bunch of shit in his studio when we got there. Like our recording session started like 2 days after we got there. And that was insane, dude.
Yeah.
We basically bullied our bass player off the fucking album. He didn't get I'm sorry, Steven. He didn't get a fucking play. And he barely sang when we wanted his voice on there more. And Steven's a fucking great musician.
There's
and
a whole
dude.
blog post that Steven wrote about that.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
link that below if you're interested.
That was huge.
But there is some great some great times that we had.
That was cool. We spent a lot of time over here too.
Because
we demoed a lot of the songs here.
You guys were paying me monthly to basically use the living room as like your
Ben
practice.
just thought he could throw money at anybody and they'll do whatever he wanted. And in my eyes, I was like, good. Hey, Steven, this dude wants to fucking give you money so that we could basically come here and practice and work on the songs.
That was so much fun.
I needed that money. At
Yeah,
the time.
it was great.
I was lost at the time, and
We're in our mid-20s.
lost in our mid-20s, working on music, working the most random jobs.
And fucking, there would be days where like I'd go to the bathroom or some shit. I'd come out and LP would be at the drum set. And you'd be fucking jamming with them, and you could tell LP was enjoying the shit out of it.
Totally.
You guys would be jamming. He'd be like,
Dude, there's that
like,
time.
Yeah, he loved it. You could tell he would have. Yeah.
Yeah, because after this legend would practice here, you know, it was like a lockout. You guys had this time slotted, and then right after you guys were finished, we were getting together to do our band, the Abbey Light practice.
Right.
And I remember one time our drummer was late, so everyone was here. And then you were out here and LP was still here. And we were like, okay, like, let's jam with LP a bit. And we just played one of our songs we had been writing and rehearsing, which is called 22.
And I'm not a jammer. So I didn't even dare go in there and pick up a guitar and like, hey guys, let me riff with you. I just enjoyed
Cut
it.
to a clip of 22. Yeah, and you were out here on your phone, and then we just jammed 22. We were all just in awe of LP's drumming.
It was
we're
tight,
like,
and it sounded
what
tight.
the hell, dude?
But then didn't Irvin came? Like in the
At that time,
Who
it was
was
our
it?
buddy Dan.
Dan,
yeah.
okay, whoever the drummer was, I remember they came while you guys were jamming, and he was
did
like, I remember he came like at the end of it. That shit was funny.
Yeah. No,
You've been replaced,
Dan's,
dude. And he's
Dan's a
sitting there with his
fantastic
stick.
drummer, dude. But it is a funny scene where you just like walk into like a dude who's fucking toured the world.
It reminded
and,
me.
like,
It reminded me of a School of Rock when fucking
Yeah.
Jack Black comes. He's like, "This is Spider." And he's like, "What's up, dog?"
What's up, dog?
Just see LP
Dude.
twirling his stick, just like.
Dude, just
up,
hanging
man?
with LP, like him killing like 5x5s from In and Out and like smoking fat bowls.
Yeah,
that
that
alone
dude-
was just so
That
fun.
dude, we would go to fucking Popeyes on tour, and he'd order like one of everything,
Damn.
and he'd be like, "Chris, you haven't tried this?" And like he bought everything. Was like, "Try the dirty rice, try this."
Dude,
like,
I
he was a
really
very
actually
generous
really
guy,
loved
too.
LP. Dude.
He was a good. I
fun
just
hang.
couldn't take him on tour.
Yeah.
That was
LP
it.
or Ben?
LP. LP. Ben was another weird story. He just like
Well, LP has toured on a high level before,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's going to be hard
completely
to fly high and then have to do basically
Yeah.
bare
I
bones
see.
groundwork again.
Yeah, and I'm a very like work hard type of dude, and that dude would just annoy me on tour. And I remember somebody was like, "These guys used to just like imaginary money appearing in his bank account every like 6 months. Like this is completely different." And I'm like, I know, I get it, but like. It would piss me off. It would piss me off to the
would piss
point
me
where
off, too.
I couldn't
Yeah.
stand it anymore.
Dude.
Couldn't fucking take it. And then Ben too had some issues and shit. And I wasn't with friends.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I remember calling when I left that band. I remember calling Jen and Hefe, and the last in Texas we had a couple more shows and we were supposed to play with Mest in the OC when we came back, and I was like, I can't fucking. And they're like, "Oh, you know, we said if you ever had problems, you can call us." And we talked about it. I was like, I did. I called him when we were in Canada. I told you this is getting fucking tough, and I needed help or something. And this is me now telling you that I can't fucking do this. Yeah. And Hefe tried convincing me, like, dude, we don't get along in NoFX. Like, I've got to be on a totally different part of the bus and shit sometimes.
God.
And
they have the means to do it.
yeah, and I was like, well, I don't want to live that way, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's great if you could do that, but I don't want to do that. And I didn't. I couldn't. And I drove straight from Texas all the way back over here, just me and Steven.
Yeah. Steven is a great guy as well.
Steven
man.
was a great dude. I love the shit out of that guy.
The funny thing is, back in 2009, I remember Andy and I getting kind of wasted and going to see them play in Long Beach with I think it was Craig's brother. They had a band or something.
Right.
And I remember running into Ben in the restroom and be like, "Hey, Ben, like, what's up, man?" And like, I don't know, we had like a exchange of words, but funny that years later he'd be coming over my house to practice.
Right,
So, like,
right. Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, that's right. Because
something
Ben
like
did
that.
something, right?
yeah, I kind of knew Steven already just
Right.
because I had taken photos of them live. And I have this, in 2009, I had this really cool shot of Ben because he's wild on stage.
Right.
And he like just put his face in the camera and it was just a dope photo. And Steve, I just remember Steven, I just did it for free and Steven
Right.
was like so stoked. And he was always so
Right,
nice to me.
yeah.
So he's a great guy. But let's fast forward a bit to, I believe it was 2016. I was already recording music at home for quite a while. I was getting really into it, doing demos for bands, recording for myself and other bands. And you decided to do an album again under the name Stations Creations.
Yeah. Oh, I always wanted to do a band with that name.
And this was the end of 2016.
Right.
And the thing I when I was thinking about this, I was like, it was kind of interesting that we were like kind of hanging out so often. You guys, again, were paying me to do this album for y'all, but it was like a really
Not
weird
much.
time.
Not much, may I add.
Just the fact of just getting paid to do anything
Right.
relating to music.
But I still to this day feel like I love the quality that we
Yeah.
put out, dude. Like I still listen to that and feel like, damn, I wish I could have gave him a lot more because it sounds fucking good.
I mean, we spent a lot of time on it. It was really fun to do, and I think at the time being so lost,
I
like
don't know if my memory is really bad. Did I ever ask you to be in that band?
I think maybe I don't know. It was
Because I wanted that. I wanted that to be basically Noetic. Is what I wanted it to
Yeah.
be. But I wasn't sure like how you felt about it, and so I can't remember if I asked or dropped hints. But I wanted
think-
that to be a continuation of Noetic.
Yeah, I think also the live shows was just not the focus. It was more of just like recording, and
Right.
everyone was just a lot busier.
Right.
I think Carlos has kids at the time now.
Yeah.
But the part that I was just thinking of is like, 2016. That's when a lot of drama was going on here at the house. Roommates were moving out.
Oh yeah.
I was particularly lost a bit, and I think just like intense alcohol sessions. Like it was just really funny.
That's when I started picking up alcohol more too.
I think we were both a little lost.
Yeah, definitely.
In our personal life, but then we'd come together and be creative and spend so much time working on music, which was like kind of like a nice thing to do. We did 2 EPs here.
Yeah.
So from like 2016 to basically when we finished in like 2018, 2019.
2019.
Yeah, it just
we finished about the time that me and Liz had broke up.
Yeah.
So it was 2019 for sure.
And this is just because the sessions were just like we work a bit like one night here, a couple weeks later, maybe another night.
And then there'd be a lot of days where I'd come and we would start working. And we would just fuck off and drink and hang out, which was fucking. And a lot of times
partially my fault. Sorry.
But I would always be like, it's cool, dude. I'm not really in the mood, just so we could drink.
We'd always do a little bit of work.
We always did some stuff.
You would bring honey jack.
Yes,
that was your jam.
And, honey jack was
one,
great. For
one
the
more
vocal
time,
pipes.
just to give the listeners. This is a song by Stations Creations on the second album, which is just called 2.
Yeah.
And it's called Thoughts. The song is Thoughts Like Mountains.
I like the song.
I never knew that this would be my time. Obituary, written so my life follows a rhyme. Breathe in, breathe there's not the wind out of me.
Cool song.
It's not
A lot of these songs on the first,
Great song. I love that song.
A lot of the songs were like I was writing for the next album for this legend, and so I had a fuckload of songs that I would like fuck with on in the van on tour and shit. So a lot of them were run off of that.
That song is like just knowing you and the history of like your bands. That song is like such a great story to listen to, and just understanding what it's about, and just the melodies. And I think recording vocals with you is always so fun because you're just throwing out ideas, trying harmonies. And when you hit the playback button, it just always sounded so good.
Right.
Didn't even need, we just need like tiny, barely used autotune just for fun. And it was just dope. Yeah.
I love the way those came out. I really like that second EP a lot. My first time writing fucking love songs. I always stayed away from that. I even when I was fucking in high school, I was like, don't write love songs. Don't write love songs, and I never fucking did.
What's the love song on?
On that second one, fuck. If I Run,
Ooh,
all of them, besides Thoughts Like Mountains, all the other ones are love songs.
But what about Fat Cats 2?
Fat Cats 2 wasn't. Fat Cats 2 wasn't.
No, I just mean in general. Like that was just so
From
cool.
Noetic, Fat Cats?
Well, because in Noetic we have a song called Fat Cats.
Right.
Cut to Fat Cats.
Fat cats are cleaning with their greedy eyes, and with no hint to subsidize or make a change. They'll make a bet to sign your life away with promises and petty games to keep us living in the street. And all we know is this band is if our pockets have no.
And then
We love Fat Cats.
yeah.
I love that song.
No
too.
shame.
And then Chris followed it up with Fat Cats 2, which let me just play a little bit for them.
Your money doesn't grow. It's written
This is
on
about
cheap
money
paper.
again.
No one has to know.
Just wait for it to kick in.
This won't last forever. Write me off, yeah,
That was a cool intro. I love that clean tone you got, dude. I love that clean tone.
our fight. This one's for the record. If this one's for the
Yeah,
record.
so besides that song and the first song, all the other songs, and not Genevieve either. Genevieve was just a random fucking song that I wrote.
I honestly, I love Fat Cats 2. I played Thoughts Like Mountains. If I Run is just such a good song, but I constantly battle between all of those, and I think this might be my favorite.
There's no half measures. I know exactly who we are. There's nothing better.
I really like that song.
It reminds me of Stanley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just the style
Yeah,
of
I can
it.
see that. Yeah, definitely.
Play a little bit more.
This chorus was good.
Safe to say my plans have flown by. Without you, I cannot survive. When life is losing speed, let's get there fast. 'Cause without you, I cannot last. There's no place in the world like your side. I'd rather be with you every night. Our lives feel like a dance.
Well, guys, tomorrow, in a matter of a few hours, they're saying that state of emergency by Gavin Newsom that we're gonna have flooding.
Flood San Gabriel Valley, 7 inches.
Yeah. Who knows?
Gavin Newsom, you mean like the Batman of California?
The Batman of California.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because of his voice.
Oh,
he just
really?
talks like, oh.
I don't know. Well, I don't like that. We used to have the Terminator for California,
I
but
know. Damn it.
Yes, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger.
have you seen the Arnold documentary on Netflix?
I have not.
It's pretty great.
Is it really?
It's
quite
fantastic.
great, yeah.
Shit.
It's great because it doesn't just put him on a pedestal of like, look at this amazing guy. Like
Tight.
they get into just the shit he's done. He's like, yeah, I know I'm not so good guy back then. And then he talks about like how the mindset you have to have going into things. Like he says back in Austria they have this word, and he's like, there's no translation for it in English. It's basically you just bullshit people. You bullshit. You get it. They tell you know how to do this. Yeah, I know. And it's like you could just tell why he's a star. Like the kind of mindset he has,
Right.
and just seeing everything he's done. It's like it's pretty entertaining as fuck, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Speaking of a star, we have Chris here.
thank you again, Chris, for
No.
being the first podcast guest.
Thank you.
I don't have a name for this yet, but yeah, maybe I'll do more of these. We'll see. But like I said, we're recording this on the eve of Saturday, August 19th. In a matter of a few hours, it's Hurricane Hilary, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we're all still here.
Hopefully we're all still here.
Well, I just want to end it here. Cheers. Thank you. Clink.